Welcome back to the Patriots Wrap with Gresh. Looking dapper tonight. Like that coat and shirt.
Thanks. It's a coat and shirt, no different than I'd wear any other time.
Last week you had that wrinkled thing.
I did. I had some people on Twitter at The Real Gresh telling me to own it. I don't have, what is that, a knitted tie you have?
Yeah, you like that? It's J. Crew, buddy boy.
Did Grandma make it for you?
Oh, they're coming back.
Oh, yeah. They're coming back in a big way, I'm sure. When were they in?
I don't know.
Thank you.
1980s, probably.
Buddy Hackett wore one.
All right, we don't have that much time to talk about wardrobe.
Know, let's go.
Let's get right to it. Will we see Jimmy G in a Patriot uniform the rest of this season or ever?
Whoa.
Or ever again?
The rest of this season, good grief.
Which means 2 weeks prior to Brady, or will we see him ever again? Two-parter.
I think we now will see him here again because the shoulder injury, I think, makes it maybe a little muddies up the trade market, but there's no question he played great. Will we see him the next 2 weeks? I'd say no.
Right.
I mean, it would be a Herculean effort given the way he landed on the shoulder and the fact that they went up under the shoulder pads. See, a lot of times when they reach up under there, they're seeing to make sure, see if the collarbone is broken. That was my first thought. I'm like, oh, God, if he's broken his collarbone, then we're talking Tony Romo all over again. Next 2 weeks, I don't think we're seeing him. Will we see him again in a Patriots uniform? Absolutely.
All right, we'll get more into that in just a bit. His play prior to the injury, 3 straight touchdown drives. People on Twitter were saying, who's Tom Brady?
Oh, boy.
He looked really good. Speak to his performance prior to the injury.
Oh, look, I thought his ability to climb the pocket. We saw the one play over the middle with Amendola where he knew where Amendola was going to go. Linebacker slid. They both knew to go the other way, which was really impressive. I thought he delivered the ball with confidence. Look, we know, I wondered about his toughness. We found out how tough Jimmy Garoppolo was, not only on the hit where he was hurt, but there were a couple of other times where Miami was not afraid to kind of get after him. I honestly thought he was fantastic. It didn't look any different than when Tom Brady was in there. I mean, really, other than maybe the deep ball missed to Slater, which has happened to Brady once in a while, they look like the Patriots offense.
All right, so through Jimmy's 6 quarters of production, is this enough for him to warrant a really good trade market out there, or enough perhaps for the Pats to franchise him after next year and keep him around perhaps as Brady's successor?
All right, I'm not going to yell at you for that question, franchise tag. That's a little much. I know you were also at 21-0 putting out on Twitter, maybe they should sit him down to protect him.
I know, I jinxed
him. So
him.
you totally did. So don't think I didn't notice that. Look, the franchise tag stuff, there's no way that happens unless Brady is out the door. What will the trade market be? I think it could be pretty big because when you look at this year's crop of quarterbacks that are coming out, unless Deshaun Kaiser from Notre Dame gets hot, it's really Watson from Clemson and no one else. So the only way for you to get a quarterback that has manageable money for a year to take a look at him is to go get a Jimmy Garoppolo in the trade market. But the franchise tag, let's pump the brakes now.
All right, so 3 days until the Texans game. Do they sign someone? Otherwise, Julian Edelman's your backup quarterback.
I think they have to at this point because you can't have Jacoby Brissett not only taking all the snaps, who's going to give a scout team look? Let's just start right there. So they're going to have to bring someone in. It's whether do they bring in a veteran? Do they bring in someone like a Matt Flynn who kind of knows the offense? Do they go make a trade and get someone from the past? I don't know. It's all based on the compensation. Knowing the Patriots the way I do, look, they already got 2 wins. I think they're pretty confident they can beat the Bills. This Thursday might be tough against the Texans. But even with Brissett, if they're 3-1, Brady walks back through the door and Brissett got a little experience, I don't think they're going to be giving up massive amounts of draft picks to go acquire someone for a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's something you take prior to the season, 3-1 without Brady. All right, before we go to break, 3 days to get Jacoby Brissett ready. What do Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels, do they dumb down the offense?
Oh, yeah, they got to simplify things. They got to give him 1 and 2 read routes to where it's here, here, or here, and then do something else with the football. They're going to have to count on the running game. And look, the Patriots told everyone in the fourth quarter, we're going to run the football. And for about 8 minutes there, I know they didn't cash it in with the field goal. They did a good job of being big and physical up front. And LeGarrette Blount looked great. So, yes, it's going to be I don't think we're going to see all the spread sets. We're not going to see a ton of wide receivers on the field. It's going to have to be the tight ends, the running game, and how quickly can they simplify things for Brissett on the outside to keep the chains moving.
All right, good stuff, Gresh. You'll be back in just a bit. Right after break, the rest of the highlights from the NFL, and Gresh will and I will talk about the defense, a little subpar effort today, and LeGarrette Blount running the ball. Patriots Wrap continues right after this.